Final Third Reacts. I'm here with Conor Kelly.
Hello.
Hello. And we're going to talk about the European Championship playoff draw, where Ireland managed to draw Bosnia.
We did.
Thoughts?
Could have been worse. We could also have been better, but I think the Ukraine, not the Ukraine, because everyone calls it fucking the Ukraine. It's Ukraine. Ukraine will decide to avoid. They're the highest ranked team in the playoffs. They have a lot of good players, and the distance that we would require to travel to play them away would also be a factor. With bearing in mind the distance, and bearing in mind the turnover between games.
Also, the whole atmosphere of the whole Civil War thing.
Yeah,
We wouldn't want that.
No, we wouldn't want that at all. Bosnia as a side they're a decent side with a sprinkling of really, really good players. They have Begovic and Gala's good goalkeeper, obviously. They have Dzeko up front, who has a great record at international level. He's a really good record at international level. And Miralem Pjanic, who is for me, a world-class midfielder. I think he's a magician. And Ireland will have to be very wary in this game of giving away set pieces on the edge of the box, because he is so accurate, so good with a dead ball, that if we give them anything around the edge of the box, it's a threat of a goal. The way it's set up, we have the second leg at home, which is a positive. For me, it can only be a positive because we do play a lot better at home for the most part, and O'Neill also plays his best team in home games, unlike the away games. I found it quite funny that he said that we'll go for it in Bosnia, the same way, I think, as Rob pointed out the other day on Twitter, the same way that we went for it in Poland with the system we played and had one shot on target.
Yeah, it's really gone for its proper Irish football philosophy in action right there.
Yeah.
But as you said, avoid Ukraine. That's the big deal.
Yeah.
We got Bosnia, as you say, who have a sprinkling of very good talents across, basically through the squad team.
Yeah.
When you look at the midfield, striker, goalkeeper,
Yeah.
that's what you want, a sprinkling of talent. Is this going to be the case where we go to Bosnia and we try and scrape a 0-0, which inevitably we won't do, and then try and drag out a boring 1-0 at home?
Like, we're left chasing the result at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably more likely. We'll go away from home, play for any sort of draw we can get. We probably end up conceding a late goal. And the second leg will be a nervy affair where we're reduced to playing long balls forward in the hope that...
So you mean playing the brand of football that Matt O'Neill plays?
Yeah. That's essentially it, yeah.
It's the worry for me with this is the fact that we went to Poland needing a draw.
Yeah.
And as you have mentioned, Glenn Whelan played and basically one way or the other cost us the game.
Yeah.
And there is no question in my mind that when we go away to Bosnia, that Glenn Whelan will play in the centre of that midfield.
I know
that will compromise James McCarthy's game, as you said, and he probably plays someone else completely on absolute workhorse.
Well,
I mean Jeff. Basically, what we'll mean is that Jeff Hendrick and James McCarthy's games will be compromised because they'll have to cover for Glenn Whelan, who's like playing with 10 men.
And also McCarthy will have to. For some reason, O'Neill has this idea that McCarthy is better playing further forward, so McCarthy will also have to do the Wes Hullen role.
Yeah.
The work that Wes Hullen does supporting the strikers. It's just that's the worry I have. The pessimistic gene inside me.
Yeah. Oh, you have every right to talk about it like that.
I think it's more realistic because of the approach. If Glenn Whelan plays, now I know we're a few weeks away. Injuries could happen. O'Neill
Please let Glenn Whelan get injured. It's not often I wish a professional footballer to be injured, but
it's not nice, but we really need him not to play. Yeah. In some fashion, he
kills everything.
Hopefully,
everything you love.
Hopefully, perhaps he's friends with Andy Carroll and he can
receive
one of those idiotic injuries that Carroll seems to pick up. But yeah, that is the key point. If we play, and I hate pinning anything on one player because football is an 11-man team game about a system, about tactics, all that stuff. But if Glenn Whelan plays, it negates the strengths of two of our other midfielders.
As you say, football is a game of 11 players who work in a system, which I would compare to a car, right? As I would, because that's all I can do. And if you look at the midfield as the gearbox, the most important part of the car, that gets the power to the wheels, right? So you look, wheels, attack, engine, defense, crack. And Glenn Whelan is supposed to be part of that gearbox. He is like a cog that has been completely smashed to pieces and does not function anymore. It'd be like going and trying to go from first to second and just hearing in the car. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't work, and it completely wrecks the whole function of the gearbox and therefore the entire car. So you have to go get it serviced and get it fixed. That's the way I see Glenn Whelan.
It's funny. It's funny. The sound you made is what I imagine and picture whenever I see Glenn Whelan turning in a circle.
So right, like
turning in a circle or a semicircle to pass the ball backwards
and inevitably give it away.
In fact,
hit the pass or something.
In fact, there was a passage of play against Poland where Ireland were defending deep. They won the ball back on the edge of the box. Then a counter attack was on. Shane Long ran in behind. I think McLean might have ran on the left. It's probably the only thing he did was that good run. And the ball was at Whelan's feet, and he runs forward, and he's so slow, so immobile that he has to take 4 or 5 touches to get the ball under control. And at that stage, the whole Polish defence got back, and he has to play the ball back to the centre half. He just probably kicks the ball 20 feet in the air.
One thing we should mention as well is we're going to be missing John O'Shea, which is a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
And John Walters for the first game.
Which is a bad thing.
Which is a very bad thing. Like, I mean, John Walters is a good, honest footballer who works his whole off.
And he does, like, the percentage things, like, he does everything well. Like, he does everything he's asked for well. You know what I mean? He never, there's never a case with Walters when he walks on the pitch you can say, oh, well, he could have done more. Yeah, he could have done more in that aspect of the game because he just tries so hard. But it's also, he uses every attribute he has. And normally it's for the benefit of the team. That huge loss because it looks like Shane Long is going to be missing as well.
Yeah.
So if Shane Long is missing, John Walters is missing. I can't imagine he'll play Darryl. He cannot play Darryl Murphy again.
No.
We just have to pin all our hopes on Robbie Keane, LA Galaxy's starman.
There is someone else.
We have guy you play McGoldrick. Yeah,
play him.
I like McGoldrick.
McGoldrick is a good footballer. He's decent with the ball at his feet, and he runs the channels well.
Yeah.
Unlike Murphy, who's a bit sort of static, in my opinion. He's good.
See, the problem, my Matt O'Neill never takes risks. Like,
no.
Very rarely takes risks. Now, in fairness, he has given certain players their debuts during this campaign, which Trapattoni would never have done, but I just can't see it.
No, can't see it. So, to conclude, decent draw in terms of who we could have gotten.
Yeah.
But we don't hold that much hope for getting there. Especially, like, if we keep it tight in the first game.
Yeah.
Then we're in with every chance.
Yes.
When we get back to the Aviva.
If we get a result in Bosnia, I could still see us throwing it away at home.
Yeah.
We're probably almost better. It's probably almost better if we're, I don't know, if it's a 0-0 draw in the first leg and then we're not expected to go out and play in the second leg, because I can't see us either holding onto a lead or chasing down a result. I'll probably a scoreless draw is the best thing we could hope for. I'd say it's just quite depressing.
Yeah, well, I personally hope we don't make it to the championships, to be honest. But not everybody's going to agree with that. But let us know what you think about the draw. Do you think it's a good one? Do you think it's a bad one? How do you think Ireland are going to fare in it? Like the video, helps us out a lot. Comment in below and subscribe to Final Third TV. Thanks for watching.